Extraterrestrial. Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Doctor?
Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like an extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Like I don't belong. I feel like I don't belong. Extraterrestrial. 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 Extraterrestrial.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to All World Reaction. My name is Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, I can't wait to talk about this show today. I know I'm a little bit late, but that's okay. I had to make sure I got a couple of things taken care of, but we are here. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Follow me on all social. Links are located in the description. Participate, waive all rights and privacy. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will receive $100 during the Cash App giveaway. I will give away $50 once we reach 500 subscribers. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is our reaction to WWDC 2024. Now, when I got the announcement that this was taking place, I was thoroughly confused because maybe weeks prior, Apple did a live stream for their spring release. So I was thinking to myself, what are they going to talk about now? Because whatever product they had, they should have either talked about it a few weeks ago, or it could wait till September. But I said, you know what? Let's just watch it and let's see what they got to offer. Now, some of y'all saw the title, J.A.R.V.I.S, is that you or is this Friday? Why did I say that? Because, ladies and gentlemen, Apple introduced Apple Intelligence, their own version of an AI. So, when we got to that part of the stream, I got excited. Because I was always thinking, we are walking around with Siri in our pocket. What if Siri was to get an upgrade and move J.A.R.V.I.S-like? Now, when the world started going towards AI, Apple did not say a word. He was making peep about it. So it was like, I guess. But they finally did it. Now, the good thing about Apple is they take their time. The R&D department is going to make sure they get this right. Now, they can make upgrades and updates to improve, which we'll get into in a minute. But when it comes to things like this, they really take their time with it. Like when it came to the Pro Visions, they've been working on that for years. And also, it's $3,500 per goggle. Now, if you guys remember our last conversation, well, maybe a conversation prior, why was the goggle so much? It's because you had as much money and research investment that Apple did into that. They got to make that money back. So that's why it's $3,500. And now it's going to be, well, we'll get into that momentarily if I remember to. But but also with Apple Intelligence, a lot of issues, concerns people have with privacy. Now you're opening the idea to having an AI, which is supposed to know your all your movements and study your movements. What about your personal data or certain things that you don't want to be released? And Elon Musk had an issue with it. We'll talk about that momentarily. But let's talk about the coverage. We're gonna start with the WWCD coverage. Now, a lot of things was presented in this stream. So one of the things that they spoke about in that was obviously Apple Intelligence, like we all mentioned, and the privacy. So, and we'll get into all the things Apple Intelligence momentarily. But when it comes to the updates, obviously Apple TV went through its updates. When it comes to Vision, the goggles, they got Vision OS 2 a newfound update. And when it comes to the spatial features, it will give a new look to the cameras. Now, as far as iOS 18 for the phones, a lot of things change when it comes to the wallpaper. Like you see this canine right here, you can maneuver the app so you can show your background. You can change the colors and control center. The lock screen has a different preference. And here's something that's been getting people in the uproar. It is the lock in app and hide in app. Yeah, I have no problem with it. Obviously, a lot of women have issue with it, but y'all get over that. I'm always about security, privacy, and protecting personal information. That includes the app. So, dare I say, years ago, I thought about the idea like if they could find a way to where if you want to get access to the app, you need to use Face ID. And the fact that they finally did that, I was like, thank you, God, because not only am I protecting my information, I'm also protecting my conversations because of who I talk to. And it's real annoying. Let me not cuss. It's real annoying when you have somebody that's trying to go through your phone when they ask to use it. Hey man, let me see what's going on your phone. I was like, dude, focus on where you need to go to and stop before I shoot you. So yeah, I'm all for that. Um, what else? Uh, the with the excuse me, another thing that they're going to update, and this is all within iOS. They do a lot of updates. Messages now. Thankfully, they have it to where you can unsend a message, and usually there's a 2 minute time frame that you got to send them to recant a message. I kind of wish they could extend that. Apple, please work on that because we need more than 2 minutes to really think. I was like, should I have sent that? Nah, I shouldn't have said that. Ah, damn, it's too late to unsend. So let me go ahead and edit. And even then, that part has a time limit as well. But with what one of the things that you saw in the video was the message, how they improved that. Now with tap back, um, where sometimes you see a message like if my friend send me something funny and I don't have time to really just like go out and go detail with it, I'll just press it and I'll either put ha ha or do thumbs up, thumbs down. Now you can do that with all the emojis, so that's a good thing. The Another thing that they finally did, thank you, is now I can schedule my text message. When birthdays come on, when I don't have to wait till your birthday to say happy birthday, I'll be like, hey Siri, can you send a text message on February 22nd? Um, Who do you want to message? Well, at least she's listening. I'm like, Miss S. Let's call her Miss S because I don't want to hear that all day. Miss S, can you send a happy birthday message to my mother on February 22nd, 1960? No, that is not my mother's birthday. Or is it? Where's my mother's birthday? Is it February 22nd? I think it's February 22nd. Or is it February 27th? Nope, it's February 27th. My bad. February 27th. See? Right there. Send it at February 27th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Boom. Done. So, I like that. And of course, now with that, you can also be expressive with your text message. You can, like, right now, what they have is where you could do some designs with your text messages, which is fine. Now they added more. So if you there's a particular message you want to be big, shake, or explode, you got that as well. I'm all for that. And also, one thing that I'm grateful is this. Let's say if you're in a dead spot and there's no reception, and it happens to all of us all the time. You can now connect your phone to us. Ooh, excuse me. You can now hook up your phone to the satellite to where, regardless of where you're at, you can get your message across, which is a safety situation that they thought about, and I'm okay with that. Thank you, God. Mail, you can categorize it, so that means anytime somebody sending you mail, like from these name brand, like Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, that type of stuff. Now it's categorized. It will be their logo will pop up just like he wants to do it with the text message. So I'm okay with that. And what else is next? Tap to cash. If you don't feel like using Cash App, just $20. Hold your phone. Let me hold my phone above yours as if we was exchanging contacts anyway. Now you can exchange some money. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Also, well, AirPods. Oh, this is a good thing. Now, some of you guys who have AirPods, mine's is on the charger. Sometimes when Miss S will let us know that you have a phone call from your friend. Answer it. We say yes. We say answer, and sometimes she doesn't quite hear it for whatever reason. But she always hears the no's. I don't know why. So, if you want to talk to Siri and you don't want no one to hear you talk to her, or you don't feel like talking, or you can't talk, if she says answer it, it's real simple. Or you don't want to answer it, the AirPods can now detect movement now to where your yeses and your no's. Your yes is yes and your nose is nose. So I can say thank you, God. And also, if I'm in a loud background, I can still talk normal just like this. You will hear me just perfectly fine. You won't hear what's going on in the back. So I think that's an improvement. And also, ooh, a lot happened. Let's jump to now with the watch. Here's a good thing. They have training mode now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now with training, I can now monitor um my workout. I can see if I'm slacking off, or am I doing, or if I'm overdoing it, or if I'm in the right pace that I need to be. Now we can track that. This is from all athletes, whether it be amateur or professional. So I'm good with that. If you are a person that likes to track cycles, I'm only saying that because men like to track it as well. On the cycle tracker, or to keep up with your significant other's time of the month, it can now track your pregnancy. Those are the new updates to the health side of the app. So I like it. And as far as let's see, for the for iPad, the most littlest things that they add counts. They're finally adding calculator to the app. It's not on there. I had to download some app that looks like the calculator app from my phone. But why is it important that they're downloading the calculator app for iPad? It's simple. Now, let's say if you have an Apple Pen, this is where it comes in handy. Let's say if you have a formula, an equation that needs to be solved. This is great for students and math, those in the math side of STEM. If I put an equation out there like, what is it? Like m minus one in parentheses, then another parentheses m minus two divided by whatever number I can think of. Press excuse me, right equal, and Siri's gonna solve the problem for you. And as somebody who works with formulas in my Excel spreadsheet, so I like this idea a lot. So this gives me to be a little bit more detailed, and I can now get into the nitty gritty of some things that I don't remember since high school. Because obviously, all these equations coming from high school, and or in case of me coming from college. So now I have Siri to help me out solve these problems. That is worth the download and worth the update when they do Mac OS, excuse me, iPad OS 18. So we're getting an iOS 18 for the phones. We're getting an iPad OS 18, excuse me, for the iPad and Mac OS. They introduced Sequoia. What is Sequoia is different. Matter of fact, Sequoia. Now that I think about Sequoia, was going to be my daughter's name. Well, will be my daughter's name whenever I have one. Here's the good thing about Sequoia. One of the features, I can mirror this phone um, to my excuse me, to my MacBook. So while my phone is unlocked, I can mirror everything on it. I can mirror my phone to my Mac OS and just continue to do my regular functions on my phone. I think that's very helpful, especially since your screen is going to remain locked and sensitive information will be protected. So I'm still going to get the notifications. I'm still going to maneuver it like as if it was a phone. And before we get to Apple Intelligence and Privacy, ladies and gentlemen, Ubisoft is bringing Prince of Persia and Assassin's Creed Shadows. I haven't played the Prince of Persia game yet. I know, that's an L on me. But the Assassin's Creed Shadow, if y'all remember a few weeks ago, I spoke about how Ubisoft was going to pick up the Yusaki storyline, and I was excited about that. So I'm very excited about this. Just like when it released on on the PlayStation, or Xbox is going to release on the Apple Store. I'm here for it. And for those who don't know, Yusaki is the first Japanese samurai of African descent. So I can't wait to see that. Now, that took a while. Apple Intelligence. One of the capabilities they have, well, like I said, the writing tools. This reminds me of Grammarly. For those who have that app, now you can proofread, check your spellings, any wordiness or whatever. You can double check that with that. Now, Jamoji, you get to create your own emoji, and I'm thrilled about this. Now, this will help me out with the wallpaper and the background as well. That's a created emoji, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna be in my car creating it all day and just sending it out. And also with my friends, I could turn them into emojis as well. Now, Magic Wand, since I'm not the greatest drawer, well, that's a lie. Since my handwriting is could be better. Now use the magic wand to make some updates. Siri got an update now. Instead of a circle, she's on the outer rim. Natural language is where. Oh, excuse me, I almost lost my throat. When it comes to natural language, it is going to. It's going to study your voice patterns, what you're trying to say, and you can just talk to it normal. And it is the Apple Intelligence is there to study you. If you're looking at something or doing something, it's going to know what you're trying to do and what you're going to do, and it's going to be your personal assistant. Now, when it comes to Siri, you ain't always got to talk to her, but you can type to her. That's a new one. And as far as priority notification, something of importance to you will take priority now. And of course, memory move read, you already know, a much more detailed and specific update, because like I said, this is Apple Intelligence. It is catering to you. It's studying your movements, and it is going to protect your personal information. This is why I named the title the way I named it. Now, as great as this is very Jarvis-esque. I can't even say this is Friday all the way. Now, with that being stated, I also want to mention with Apple Intelligence, it is going to be utilizing ChatGPT. Now, this doesn't all the way take them to Friday level. This is still kind of remain in the Jarvis stage. So we can call this Jarvis at this point. If I ask Siri a question, she's going to ask permission to utilize ChatGPT. And ChatGPT will give me the answers that I'm looking for. So I wish that they're not utilizing all of ChatGPT's functions. So let me make that perfectly clear. I kind of wish that if they're going to use chat, I would rather they'll use all the functions of ChatGPT and merge it together. Had you did that, we would have been dealing with Friday. We will 100% be dealing with a Friday. We literally, right now, we have Jarvis in our pocket. Well, whenever the iOS update takes place. But as of now, we're dealing with Jarvis. Utilize ChatGPT's function fully, integrating it and merging it together. I promise you, we got Friday in our pocket. So there is no question that cannot be answered in this world. See, I wish I had this when I was in school back in the day. Granted, I'm in college right now and I'm almost done, so there's really no point in me using it. But back in the day, I promise you, that would have been good work to use. But let's get into the privacy. Let me actually turn that off. Now, there's something. What just happened? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. So, yeah, when it comes to the privacies, it's going to be all in all the current chips. Now, with the Apple Intelligence, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people's wondering with Siri learning our movements, our patterns, getting to learn us, our context, dates, calendars, locations, that type of stuff. What about the privacy? What about it can be kept to yourself? Well, here's the thing. It's not going to store your data. It's not going to misuse your data, and that in of itself is good enough for me. But also verified claims, yada yada yada. That's one thing you pretty much don't have to worry about, because in the case when it comes to Apple Intelligence, what they're doing is this. This is similar to what I did at Men's Warehouse when I worked there a long time ago. Because we was in the tuxedo department, we had to collect credit card information. Obviously, they're paying over the phone. We got to collect the information, and we had to plug it in, and we had to plug it in the system, or we had to write it down, or go to the other side of the department and put it in another computer, because they use a specific credit card that requires a different source, or whatever you want to call it. Once we do that, all that stuff is gone. We destroy that information immediately, no questions asked. So AI is going to be working something similar. It may come across your personal information, but it's not going to store it, meaning in their own separate storage memory. So it's not going to store your information, and but more importantly, they're not going to share your information. So I think that's the good news in all of this. So, and also another example is this. Me and my friend was talking about this yesterday because she said you have ethics. What you did was ethical, because if I see some example, if I see 9 digits anywhere, my brain's gonna come across like that might be somebody's social security number, so turn away. Or if it's 16 digits, that might be somebody's credit card. You better turn away and not do too much investment into it. That's pretty much a surface level idea of how Apple Intelligence is going to work when it comes to handling your information. Now, like I said, that's ethics, and you are ethical. Now, what's the guarantee that you can trust AI to do this now? Now, me personally, we've been trusting them up to this point, and if your secret information got breached, it had everything to do with what you did versus what it did. Because you probably went on some website you wasn't supposed to be going on, and your information got leaked. They didn't share that information. You volunteered that information, and it got out there. So we all been there before. Lord knows I have. But Elon, let's talk about Elon Musk, because he made some comments yesterday. Whether it's credibility or not, I think it's worth looking into. Oops, no, that's not the one I want. Now he tweeted this. He said, "If Apple integrates OpenAI at the OS level, then Apple devices will be banned at my companies. This is unacceptable security violation." Uh, just keep reading. "And visitors will have to check their Apple devices at the door, where they will be stored in a Faraday cage," which is pretty much probably like a box no bigger than an iPad. As far as the size, it may be giving you like 5 inches of length, so you can put your personal items. Those who've seen a personal safe for their guns, that's pretty much how it looks like. One that you can carry around with yourself. That's a Faraday cage. I had to look that up just to be sure. Um, that's fair. In my opinion, idiotic. But let me be nice, because I don't have an issue with Elon like everybody else does. But let's keep going. He also tweeted this. Well, actually, let me read this. This section came from Apple, and he retweeted. "Apple have created their own artificial intelligence called Apple Intelligence. ChatGPT is an additional feature within Apple Intelligence, is limited to Siri and writing tools, and will require permission from the user for every use," which I agree. You get to control what the AI will get access to. But at the same time, Apple said we will not share your information. And also keep in mind, Apple has proven not to share their information. I remember one time they were trying to get into the government, or the courts was trying to get into somebody's phone. Apple said no, and I think they took Apple to court, and they said, "I don't care what y'all doing. We're not giving you guys our personal information." So they're able to do that right there. Shouldn't that give you some? That should be the start of some level of trust. And as far as what you have right now, because I have a bunch of stored up debit card information on my phone. And like I said, anytime something went wrong, it's because I probably was on a website that where their personal security was probably equivalent to probably a Nintendo or a Game Boy. So the if there's any leaks, that had everything to do with me, nothing to do with Apple. So I do believe that there's nothing going to be done moving forward. Now, let's get into his comments about this. What Apple written. "It is patently absurd that Apple isn't smart enough to make their own AI, yet is somehow capable of ensuring that OpenAI will protect your security and privacy. Apple has no clue what's actually going on once they hand your data over to OpenAI. They're selling you down the river. Now, a lot of things we got to figure this out. So, which was funny. I asked ChatGPT. Uh, I'm just now finding out. Oh, my friend is something else. Um, I asked GPT because some of this I'm not gonna act like I know some of these wordings and what it means. I know what AI means now. You talk about open AI, so what does that mean? And who's to say Apple couldn't have done this? Do- who have Apple couldn't have created their own AI? I think one thing Apple has proven is that we're going to go at our own speed. You're going to be here when we present any product, so we're going to take our time with this. That's how I'm looking at it. But let's see this. ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT what is OpenAI. His response: OpenAI integration refers to incorporating OpenAI's technologies and models such as GPT-4, which is ChatGPT's premium advanced whatchamacallit, into various application platforms or systems. This integration allows developers and organizations to leverage OpenAI's advanced capabilities in natural language processing, which they mentioned earlier, understanding, and generations to enhance their products and services, which is everything that Apple has said in the stream yesterday. When it comes to capabilities, open languages, so on and so forth, this is what they did. Now, okay, I'll give them credit. They converted some information from. Well, I guess this is all AIs, anyways. They was able to get some ideas from ChatGPT and merge it with their own. So that's one. Now, common example of open AI integration includes chatbots and virtual assistants, embedding OpenAI's language models into customer service platforms to provide more natural and efficient interaction, which I agree. I don't have a problem with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't like talking to robots as if they're robots. I want to talk to them as a normal human, which, matter of fact, when you call Apple on the phone, like when you want to talk to me, only time I call them is for the Apple Store, obviously. I'm talking to whoever that machine is. You say you can talk to me in complete sentences. How can I help you? And sometimes my sentences are not always complete. So whatever speech impediment you think is there or whatever, AI is there. AI is able to understand me. So now I have that in my phone. Thank you. I'm all for it. What else? Using content creation. Hmm. Using OpenAI to generate text for blogs, articles, marketing materials, or social media posts. And I have seen people done this a lot. Now, whenever they hit a mental block and being a content creator, they just don't know what to do, and they just need that little push. They're like, hey, hey, AI, go ahead and this is what I want. Boom, do it. And I said, go ahead. You guys got to use it. Have I ever used it? No. I haven't ran out of imagination yet, but at the same time, as a content creator, I don't want to shame people for being a content creator. Let them get their brains working first, because at the bare minimum, that will create some level of imaginations. And once you start unlock stuff like this, now you get to show it on your own end. Now it's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and let me be a creator and let me create this on my own. I just needed a little step to get ahead. Like I said, I haven't do it, and one thing I try not to do is shame people for doing what they got to do to be a content creator, because technically that is creation. So, and you can make AI content. It's how you want to utilize it. So I'm not going to shame anybody from doing it. Third, code assistant, integrating with development tools to help programmers write codes, debug, and solve program challenges. I'm not coding is something. Yes, I believe you need to get into. Will I get into that next year? Maybe we'll see. If it's not cybersecurity, we'll see what coding is. And if I do get into coding, ooh, I got to make sure I'm in the right situation to do that. I have the right tools and whatever the case may be to make sure I can uh, get this taken care of, get this done, and study for it. Because after I graduate school in October or November, I'm gonna take a break. Then I'm gonna go right back to school and look into some technology classes versus going for my master's. But we got time to plan that. Next up, data analyst employing OpenAI to interpret and generate insight from large data sets or to automate report writing. I'm not going to act like I know what that means, but that's just as you have to go based off of what analyst is studying and looking at the patterns, and you're just gonna like be debugging and making updates and notice certain patterns one would use. That's what I think it means. If it's not, I totally understand. You guys are more welcome to correct me in the comments. So I think that just has everything with AI just studying the user, and they are conforming to the user's capabilities, their wants, their needs, so on and so forth, their patterns. And I like that. I like it. I don't have a problem with it. F5 language translation, enhancing translation services by using OpenAI's models to provide more accurate and context-aware translation. If I'm looking at going to the beach, and the AI is noticing that I've been looking at that, and I then decide to contact Miss S. I'm saying it because I'm not trying to get you SIRI to interrupt the stream. I was like, hey, what's the weather going to be like? They're going to automatically know, this is just an example, they're automatically going to know that I'm talking about going to the beach. So they're going to make sure my response is pertaining to the beach. So that way, just like I'm with a friend and we're planning something and I ask questions, my friends automatically going to know the context of my conversation. Siri doesn't do that right now. I know I wasn't supposed to call your name. I'm sorry. She doesn't do that. She's only paying attention to what I say right now versus what I said 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, and so on and so forth. So I do like that. I don't have a problem with it. Now, overall, OpenAI integration aims to enhance the user experience and automate complex tasks through sophisticated language, understanding, and generation. Oh, excuse me. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with this at all. Now, they say security, 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 security. Um, Apple has not sold your information to this day. Unless there's some credible article you guys want to tell me or share with me, but ironically, when I ask for anything credible, nothing pops up. Imagine that. So, I'm going to not get on Elon Musk like a lot of other people's going to do. But that's his company, how he can run it, how he chooses fit. And what does Apple Intelligence have to do with, I guess, hacking into his firewall security system, whatever the case may be? I don't know. When it comes to someone bringing their own Apple device into his establishment, AI, like I said, this is J.A.R.V.I.S-esque. This is pretty much Jarvis, but I don't think my phone is going to immediately breach your security walls, Mr. Musk. Or this could just be at the moment where he's just capitalizing on a troll. Because Elon can troll with the best of them. So let me make that loud and clear. And also, I do believe if Elon is this passionate about it, you know what that means. I give it 5 years. I give it 5 years. There's gonna be Elon's gonna corner our market when it comes to mobile devices. It's only a matter of time. I mean, you already did your thing with this Tesla. I am starting to see more Cybertrucks now. And granted, I'm in Houston. For y'all that's putting elbows on these Cybertrucks, I won't go there. So I think that's what Elon is preparing for. Who knows? He might be doing that right now, and Apple just beat him to the punch of introducing AI. So if Elon can present a his own AI that can protect the security data of the customers, he needs to come out with that. But then again, if he does do that, then that will have to admit this was just some bullshit, and you just looking for some headlines. See, that's why you have to really think out certain tweets. And this is not me to say he's stupid, because he is not. That man is a genius. Oops. But all I'm gonna say is think before you tweet or think before you press send. But maybe he knows something that I don't know. Usually billionaires do all the time. So we'll see. But in closing, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to WCD, that was the stream the other day. I think it was worth it. I think I trust their privacy, that they are going to maintain our personal information all through the power of Apple Intelligence, which I'm all the way here for. So I have no problem with what they presented. I have no problem with um, you going through the updates. And let me see something. Now, when is the updates going to be available? I don't know, because right now we're still at 17.51 for the iOS, and I would imagine my iPad is the same thing. And Watch, obviously, Watch is not ready for update yet. So we'll monitor this. We'll just wait, and I will promise you when this does happen, I will be utilizing Apple Intelligence on my show, my streams, or whatever the case may be. You might even see some upgrades around this channel and my other channel. So we'll see. But thank you guys for tuning in. I know this was a re-record because last night I was tired, but that's okay. I said, nope, we're going to wake up. We're going to do this again. We're going to do this the right way. So let's get on and get out of here, people. Only way, ladies and gentlemen, only way out, excuse me. Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on my socials. Links are located in the description. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach that goal, one lucky person will receive $100 during the Cash Out giveaway. I'll give away $50 once we reach 500 subscribers. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the All World Reaction. I'm your Christopher J. Talk to you later.